Misfit Nation.
All right, so the George Floyd body cam was leaked, not even released.
Ooh.
And this is the actual leak. And we could thank Tucker Carlson for this, I hear.
Oh, your man Tuck.
Yeah. He
can't cuck this Tuck, right?
Put his people. Can't cuck the Tuck, baby.
Right. So he released this?
Supposedly, somehow he obtained the footage, or he was responsible for getting, because the footage is actually a recording of a screen. It's not an actual video.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, you were going to say something.
So previously on the podcast, I think I had said that on one of the videotapes, it looked like the police officers were beating him up in the car, but the body cam footage shows that they weren't beating him up. He didn't want to sit in the car, and he refused to sit still and just sit in the car and go to jail. So at that point, he was full on resisting arrest.
And he also asked to lay on the ground.
Right.
Like that was his request.
Yeah, but they didn't put him on the ground because of his request.
Of course not. Yeah.
Now, that doesn't take away anything from what Derek Chauvin chose to do. I still believe it was murder, but the police. What do you mean? What do you think?
Well, the only thing I'll say is this: I'm still pretty much with you.
Okay.
There might be question into the whole drug thing, because it's obvious from the video that he's on something. He's not acting like a normal person.
He's definitely acting irrational.
He's acting
erratic.
He's acting like someone that got a gun approached to him and was shot previously by a police officer.
No.
He said that.
You say that.
No, that happened. But I don't think...
You have never been shot to know the shock that you go through after being shot.
The PTSD, he's probably nervous.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he wasn't. He was on drugs. He had fentanyl in his system and shit.
Well, we can't just decide because he was on drugs, the drugs why he was irrational either, especially if he got shot. So it's a mixture of both.
The drugs and the fear of police officers.
Yeah. I think had he not been on the drugs, it wouldn't have lasted that long.
Yeah, it wouldn't have lasted that long, but that anxiety still would have.
But that's what caused initially got to whatever side.
And if he wasn't on drugs either, they probably would have negotiated with him to be out the car if he was claustrophobic. It's just because he was really going crazy.
I just don't think they knew what to believe with him.
Yeah, that's yeah. Not to
and
mention,
it's more of just like protective, like safety shit. But sorry, go ahead.
Homeboy knew him already for years, and for him to be like, "I'm a good guy. I have never done anything," and we heard your rep sheet. Kind of crazy that's your first alibi as I'm a good guy. I don't do nothing. And they say you're on drugs, and especially a dude that knows you personally.
Well, also not to mention his friends were yelling at him, and we saw this on the original video.
Yeah.
Stop resisting. Like, you're making it worse, bruh. Stop resisting. Like, they even know, like,
you heard it.
He ain't
off of instincts. Like, reaction. They're not like more thought out than George Floyd is. They know though, like, hey, stop resisting. It'll be all right.
Yeah, man.
But I don't know if you want to. Do you want to play?
I mean, it was hard to watch the first time, but we can play it. We gotta play it for the podcast. You feel me? And it'll give me an opportunity to snack in. You feel me?
Let's see your hands. Damn, man. Let me see your other hand. I'm sorry. Let me see your other hand. Both hands. Put your hands up right now. Let me see your other hand. Put your hand up there. Put your hand up there. Hands on the wheel. Put your hands on the wheel. I'm sorry, son. The officer's in the car. Put your foot back in.
And by the way, he didn't have the gun out until he started tripping out. He didn't walk up on him with the gun.
We don't know what the other hand was on.
You could see it in the reflection. He had a flashlight in his hand,
Yeah, that's the other hand.
but the other hand was down. It wasn't.
It was at the ready.
Yeah,
You know.
but it wasn't out.
No, it wasn't out.
Yeah.
I don't think it was out.
Okay, well, when I say let me see your hands, you put your hands up. You got them? Put your hands on top of your head. Hands on top of your head. Hands on top of your head. Step out of the vehicle and step away from me, alright? Step out and face away. Step out and face away.
Please don't shoot me, please, man.
I'm not gonna shoot you. Step out and face away.
I'm gonna get out, man. Please don't shoot me, man. Please, man. I just lost my mom, man.
Step out and face away.
I mean, he definitely looked
Step
scared.
out and face away.
Please don't shoot
You
me.
could tell when they knocked on the window and he did a double look, like he was scared from right there. I got
he
fucked
definitely
up.
was scared.
Yeah, but a lot of drugs make you scared and paranoid.
I mean, yeah.
I'm not taking away from the.
I'm just saying the traumatic experience might be weighing on him a little bit. That's all.
Yeah.
Do I think he should have resisted? No, of course not. I think he'd be alive today if he just went along with the cop.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes it's that you blame the drug.
Well, no, it's gonna come down to that in the case.
Mhm.
Is what killed him? Was it the drugs or was it the
knee?
the kneeling?
Okay.
So it's an important.
I'm talking
detail.
about the drug being the main reason of resistment. Like the drug is causing his brain to tell him to resist. He's not
but he's
thinking
still-
logically.
He's
But that
still
doesn't
responsible
excuse-
for taking that drug.
Yeah.
That's the whole kind of point.
Yeah.
But meaning, like, if this guy really, just throwing it out there, if this guy really did die from an overdose,
Mm-hmm.
then that's really important to the case in the sense of, like, we can't put somebody in jail just because it fits the narrative. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to talk Shalvin out of it.
wouldn't
I don't
say-
know.
I
I'm
would
just,
probably believe
I understand
that
what you're
if
saying.
anything, the cops are going to be more of like an accessory of the death more than the death itself. Like
They'll-
it'd
they'll-
probably
they'll be
the,
found,
the jump start of the death. Like
It's like negligible.
heart attack or some shit or something that's going to hit like that for them to get some kind of charge. But it ain't going to be blatant murder. You know what I'm saying?
well, they had the conflicting autopsies where the police report says he died of the fentanyl overdose, and then the other one says it's the chokehold or the knee
Sort of conflict.
restricting the airways. So kind of
Weird.
goes on to which one can be proven. Which one do you think this proves more? Like, because to me, it takes away from the idea of the malicious intent, because it's not like he was being very cooperative and then they did that for no reason.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I really believe their intent was to get him in the car and get him the fuck out of there.
Yeah, if he would have just sat his ass in the car and stayed in the car, it would have been no more trouble with him. To be honest with you, after watching the
I
video.
mean, pretty much, yeah. I mean,
he did
and
it
it
to
hurts me to
himself.
say it because the whole time I'm thinking like, yo, this is crazy. The niggas whooped his ass and then put him on
This
the ground.
is
And
definitely
knee on
something
him.
we should have never seen a big moral of when we hit LA and shit like that, bro. It's definitely not a martyr type person or scenario to martyr.
This was not worth burning down the country over.
No.
Not at all.
You're right.
We were fucking duped again. Meaning this, the attorney general or whatever for his name is Keith Ellison for Minnesota. He hasn't released his body footage to this day. This body cam
It had to
footage.
be recorded.
Yeah, right. And he sat on this footage during the whole thing, during the whole riots, during all that, and he was questioned on it. And I have the thing of it, but he was questioned on it of why he didn't do it, and he said that he wanted to protect the prosecution of the case. Where it's like, all right, but
Why would you protect the prosecution? What is there to prosecute? If you can prove that they didn't do it.
He said it based on public opinion. And it's like, so you'd rather let us judge it based on a 30-second clip of a bystander and burn down the country rather than release the body cam footage. That doesn't really, like, that's going to still be in court. That's still going to be a part of the case. Like, there's no reason to hold it.
Right.
He did it purposely. I think that was a political play.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
Let's play.
Don't shoot me, man.
Step out and face away.
You're not shooting me, man.
I'm not shooting. Step out and face away.
Okay. Please, man. Please. I didn't know, man. I didn't know, bro. I didn't know. Right now. Now move it. Put your hand behind your back then. I'm not gonna do nothing. Face the door.
Get to the room.
Hey, come back. Stay in the car. Stop resisting, man. Yes, you are.
That was rude. I
What?
said, I'm sorry. And he said, yes, you are. It's rude. He intentionally killed him, bro.
It's a little snappy. Racist.
Yep.
I'm triggered.
Case closed.
Let's burn down another city.
And the
Everything.
police department. Defund
Just
the
for that
police.
one. Yeah.
Stand up.
Against the wall. Yes. We're figuring out what's going on. Drop the bag.
You in the car, fool.
That is so funny to me because he said against the wall and there was nobody else around. So he
Me?
was like, me? Yeah, you. I ain't do nothing. Damn, man. That's fucked up.
I
There
think
was
the
some-
more important part is where they get to the actual car.
When they put him in, where they're putting him in the car.
Yeah, so we'll go from here. They're crossing the street. There's nothing there really, right?
When
That
they're
we're
putting him in
missing?
the car.
No, before that, we're not.
No.
I just don't want to miss
When
any.
he's just saying he was claustrophobic. That's
And then he was
He
like,
says
what
it
he said,
again,
yeah.
too. Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. I just don't want to miss any context.
I want to watch that car too, so. Yeah, miss.
Stay on your feet and face the car door.
You get a straight shot.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to you, man. Please, let me talk to you, please. Wait, we're listening. Nothing. No, we're not gonna listen to what you're saying.
Can you watch that car? Just make sure no one goes in it.
I hear you, but you're gonna face the door right now.
Listen up. Stop.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm telling you, man. I'm not resisting, man. I'm not. You can ask him. You know me, you know.
That side.
God, man, I'm gonna do nothing like that, y'all. Man, what's going on like this? Look at my wrist, Mr. Officer. I'm not that kind of guy.
The other side.
Mr. Officer, I'm not that kind of guy.
Stop.
You please. I'm not that kind of guy, Mr. Officer. Please.
Ease away.
Hey, man. I'm leaving by myself, man. Please. I'm just claustrophobic. That's it.
Oh, still going in the car.
Anything sharp on you? I want to do this every time, Mr. Officer. No, sir. No.
So why he can't have the luxury of just sitting outside the car because he's claustrophobic?
I
Because
don't.
they got to get him out of there. They got to book him
Why they gotta book him?
because he's arrested.
They got to book him, Danny.
But wasn't
Book him, Dano.
homeboy arrested too before they got a burger? I'm just saying.
Yeah, but he had to get into the cop car to get the burger.
I'm just saying.
That's
bro.
why white people get burgers.
Because they get in the car.
Yes.
No.
Hey, thanks for
Instead
not
of giving a
resisting.
burger,
Here's
just let him
burger.
chill right there and do what you got to do. Because he wasn't there, obviously wasn't done after resisting it because he got in the car for a minute.
Well,
Then
because
he
he's
just
already
started
acting
sliding
erratic.
Mhm.
So you want to get him.
Well, he knows he's
Grounded.
He knows he's going to jail. So I don't know if
Maybe not, though.
I think he was going to
around.
jail.
It was a called complaint on him. That's why there was so.
Didn't they read him his rights? I think they
no
read-
one ever reads rights no more in these
They didn't read him
videos,
his
bro.
rights.
Well, they could read you your rights like when you get to the precinct.
Nah, you got to read me my rights. Dude, if you're detaining
I think it's before
me,
you get booked.
Nah, you got to read me my rights.
I don't know
on the
about that
street.
because I said it before.
I don't know.
I said it one time before I got booked, and they released me before I got booked. Right there, and then I was like, they're like, "What are you here for?" I was like, "I don't know." They never told me, and then they just bloop, straight up.
You gotta if you're gonna take
Read
me
you
to
your
jail,
rights, though?
They never read. I told them they never read me my
Yeah,
rights.
that's what
man.
I'm saying. Because that's illegal. They probably were like, all right, let's not get caught up in a lawsuit.
Before the rights, before the booking.
It's before the booking.
Yeah,
right
Yeah.
on the street.
I don't think it has to be.
You don't think it has to be?
If you're fighting and you're
gotta realize
screaming and
the booking
shit.
is when you go get your mug
Oh,
shots
if you're
and-
fighting and screaming, I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you have to have a spit mask on.
Mhm.
No, that's only if you're spitting.
I think you still have to tell me that I'm under arrest.
Yeah,
you
you
at
have
least
to-
has to say it.
You have to say you're under
like,
arrest.
they just pulled him out the car, even though he took 100 years to get out the car. You didn't even tell me why you're at my car. That's the one part I hate about most of these videos. The communication, bro. What are you here for? I'm gonna abide by you if you tell me what you're here for, type shit. Oh, so and so called the cop. Okay. Prove me I'm right and send me on my way, bro. And that's it, bro. That's how you should operate everything. Most of the time, these niggas are wrong, but they're trying to justify they're wrong, bro. Or try to be sneaky with a cop. And that's why cops get testy with them, bro.
Right.
Be real with you.
I saw a video just recently where it's a black guy too, where this cop pulls him over for a DUI checkpoint, and he goes off on him, and he's like, no, you can't ask me any questions, you can't ask me for anything. This is illegal. And the cop's like, I guess he had a gun on his hip, and he goes, do you have a gun on your hip? And the guy's like, yeah, I have a gun. It's a permit, license, blah blah blah. And they're like, oh, well, let me see the permit. He goes, I don't have to show you anything. So they're going back and forth for a minute. And then the supervisor comes up and then he goes, you have to have reasonable suspicion to pull somebody over. So the supervisor goes up and like smells the car. And he goes, I don't smell alcohol. You can go. And I'm just saying that goes against the narrative of the idea of like, first off, that you know, the black guy can't have a gun on him without getting shot.
Right.
There was 3 cops there and nobody shot him. So it's like, but if you know what the fuck you're talking about, you can't like. But a lot of people argue when they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I think that's where it gets fucked up. It's your right, but you could be wrong.
Right.
You know,
And a lot of cops also get really pressed when more people know the law than they do. Some of them get kind of tight about that shit.
That's true too.
Yeah.
So
Because the cop, you're right. The cop didn't even apologize.
yeah,
He's just like, all right, you're on your way.
All right, let's
Yeah.
Please, back it for me and stuff, man. I ain't about to work for real, officer. Can you please back it for me? Thank you, man. Please take me, man. Thank you. God, man. I love you, man.
problem with this video is he wanted everything on his time, man. I get it when I want to get in, bro. Let me count to 3. I'ma count to 3. I'ma get it. When I wanna
he
get
gets
in.
there.
I'd have punched him in the head a few times, my damn self.
Fucking rough him up a little bit.
Nah, say it again. I don't think you heard you.
I would have punched him in the head a few times, my damn self.
Oh, I heard it. I just wasn't bothered by it. I agreed. Here. Hey, Wonder, cheers. Cheers to that one.
Come on, Blaze. Be real with you. Long day of work, bro. And you're dealing with this grown ass baby right now, bro. You ain't
This wouldn't frustrate you?
just one time, bro. Cause come on, bro. He's telling you, I'll tell you when I'm getting in the car. Hey, no. You put him in the car and he's starting to use his feet to kick out the other way, bro. Like a grown shit.
Blaze, you lean a knee on him too. Let's be real.
I wouldn't go that far,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I'd put it like that. I don't.
but
think
you try to put your muscle on
I
him.
might
bro.
yoink. I might yoink him.
All right, bro.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough, bro.
Okay.
Have a seat. I'll roll the windows down, okay?
Take a seat. I'm going in. Go in. I gotta go in. Take a seat.
Grab a seat.
I ain't don't believe me, dog. Take a seat. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not that kind of guy, man. Take a seat. No, I'm gonna die here. Take a seat. I'm gonna die, man.
Look at him, bro.
That right there is called resisting.
He looks like my son when I try to put him in the shower or the bed. That's the same stance he gives me.
Yeah, nah. He's definitely full on resisting.
Mhm.
He's full on resisting.
Oh, sorry. Go
It
ahead.
is a shame that he predicted his death. Probably shouldn't speak
Not really.
life to death.
He said he would die if he got in the back of the car.
Nah, he said
that would
I'm
actually.
He said I'm gonna die, man. He did say it.
If I go in there, That
If I go in there.
it's actually the opposite. That would actually saved his
He also
life.
said, I guess I'm going to die this way. I think that's what he also said when he was on the ground. He said, I think I'm going to die this way.
Yeah.
I guess I'm going to die this way.
I guess I'm gonna die this way. All right, go ahead.
Hey, man. God, talk to me bad, man. Man, I don't want to win. I don't want to win. I don't want to win. I'm just a voting. I'm just a voting. I don't want to listen to this. Man, I'm scared. That's a reason. That's a reason to go up on me, man. Okay. Because of me. Because we are going in. Please.
At that moment,
I'm not trying to win.
I'm slapping the shit out of him.
Let me count.
Like
to
a full
3.
on, like, are you gonna like?
Get the fuck in the car, bro. Get the fuck in, bro.
Got you.
I'm done at this moment, bro. I'm done. How many minutes of it has it been already, bro? Now you're telling me let me count to 3, bro? Get the fuck in the car. Let's
Get the
this
fucking yeah.
Get this shit on the road, bro. Call me a corrupted cop if you want me to, bro. But I got a
What if
life
you-
No, but
too,
you gotta
bro.
give. You gotta give.
What if you let him count to 3? What if you just say, all right, count to 3? One,
Then
two,
he's
three.
not. That's
He
not
wasn't
gonna be
even
the
getting to
thing.
a 3 shit. He was going into a conversation how you doing me bad as well, bro. Like he was gonna go right back into that so he could procrastinate, not getting
Prolong
into
it
the
some
fuck.
more.
Yeah, bro.
Mm.
Get the fuck in the car, bro. We
Yeah.
don't got all day.
He should have just got in the car.
What you gotta. And here's another thing that's missing out on the narrative. You gotta give the police there the credit that they're being very patient.
They're not whipping his ass.
They're also like they're trying to work with him,
Mhm.
but then they're even in the thing of like, look, you're not listening to us, so we're not gonna listen to you.
Mhm.
That's a negotiation line,
Mhm.
like telling you if you listen to us, we'll listen to you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I think they're being very patient.
Okay.
But let's continue. Let's give it
I do about anything. I can't say no.
I'll give you $1.
I suck your dick, dog. Just let me go.
Please.
Please, dog.
Don't put the Jamaican voice on that, man. Hey.
I believe this is Chauvin, right?
I think that's Chauvin, yeah.
I believe it was the Chinese dude.
Oh, this is the Chinese
The
dude.
Chinese dude.
Oh, so he's talking to Chauvin.
Oh no, Chauvin's talking. Yeah, he's talking to Chauvin. The Chinese dude's yoga. That's him. on the
Chauvin's the one that pulled him out of the car, right?
side. This one right here, the arm we're seeing is a Chinese dude.
You sure?
Yeah, because we're gonna
All
see
right,
his
well,
face
we're
in a
gonna see.
minute.
Yeah, we're
We're
gonna
gonna see his face in a minute. If I remember correctly.
Oh yeah, the camera angle slanted a little bit.
Yeah.
Bruh. What?
He's saying, I want to lay on the ground.
Yeah, that cop's too far down to be Chauvin.
The one next to him, yeah. That Chauvin.
Yeah, that's Chauvin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looked like a bitch ass nigga standing on the side. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the video.
Yeah. Well, like I said, the couple takeaways we can take away from that is
Oh, you feel stupid.
yeah, egg on the face on that one for
Yeah.
sure.
Hate to say I
definitely-
told you so, but
definitely can't use that.
actually I love to say I told you so.
As
I mean, no one
example.
deserved to die though, bro.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not, of course
Of course,
not.
we're never saying
Goes
that,
without
but
saying.
This definitely hurts the argument of police brutality. I don't know up until that point. Up until that point, the officers did nothing wrong. We still don't know what it was exactly that killed him, whether it was the knee or the drugs. But up until they pulled him out of that car,
It was a
everything was
technique
standard. It
done
was like standard
after the-
procedure. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
probably what throwing them off even with this trial, with this standard procedure now is being examined as probably deadly force because it's a knee to the neck. Maybe it's always been that procedure like that, bro. And there's now has to be kind of like wrestling, bro.
yeah, but with
The
this
wrestling
video,
moves,
Yeah,
they
but
have to
there's
band
gotta
it
be a
after while
diff-
'cause it get dangerous.
I'm meaning like this. If that is killing people, right? That procedure.
Yeah.
And it's unjustly killing people. Like, I'm fine with changing it, but if this is the example, of why we should change it, you got to give me a better example before I can get behind
life.
changing it.
A
Yeah,
life taken.
but it's not certain that that's what killed him.
But it's also could be put into consideration that it's the scenario.
If he wasn't on drugs, and if he wasn't, I wouldn't even say he wasn't acting right. If he wasn't on drugs,
And he
then
died the same way from the.
and died the same way, then you'd go like,
you got
okay,
a fair point.
yeah, it's a much better case
It's
for
just
to
the
go.
It's the question mark. It's just, you know. you
Yeah.
gotta be
It's
real.
the trump card, bro.
Oh God.
The trump card.
Yeah, bro. The fact that he was on drugs.
I thought I was big pun today. Look at this guy. Chops on this one.
No, but it's most people who die like that are usually on drugs or something.
Yeah.
Like it's never just like there's always that caveat to it. So
Let's talk about Sean Price.
Sean
he
Price.
didn't have no drugs when he got shot. When cops were chasing him.
Wasn't Sean Price the one that shot at the cop? You talk, man.
It's like a ratio. No,
Hey,
not
Fuck
ratio.
out of here.
He was
No.
the first
Talking
sergeant in
about the-
JROTC. You
the-
give him respect.
The dude, the
Oh,
first
that-
sergeant of JRT. My nigga was an E1 and niggas is like, he saved the world.
Give him respect.
Fuck out of here,
That's the
bro.
one they showed on the news.
That's the one I'll never stand behind that, bro. He was literally shooting at the police officers, bro. That's that.
While
That'll
he was
get
going,
that'll
yeah,
get you
nigga,
killed.
gang, nigga.
That'll get you killed.
Are you
Not
counting
to
down-
mention the night before he was spraying out his window at random houses.